Content reviews are crucial for content quality, but are also very time consuming. Let's imagine that your content management system can do the first round of reviews based on your requirements. So in this case, I've set up requirements that checks on required fields, on brand consistency, on the tone of voice, and it came back when I was writing this article with a failed AI review where I made a mistake on the brand name consistency and a required field is missing. So let's have a look what's wrong. I put it side by side so I can check what is missing on the content side. I see here indeed that the brand consistency is incorrect and that I needed to write Karma Health with an H capital. So AI directly comes back and I can fix it. And if it's correct, there's a missing field. Indeed, I can see here introduction is required and is missing. Let's use also AI to help me write the introduction. So I've copied the whole content article and I'm summarizing this, and I'm going to use this summarize for my introduction text. And now I can move it to the next workflow step, and I can only move it back to the AI review. So rejected can only go back to the review before you can go back. So let's do this. So in the background, AI will check my content and move it automatically to reject or approved. In this case, approved. Let's go to the review notes, and we see now that the content is changed. If I refresh this, I now get a report that it's approved. Also nice, because in the version history, you can see what happened during the review. So you can check, hey, what was changed? You can see the changes that have done with the approved and rejected step. And now, of course, I can publish the content because it's approved. Of course, you could also add a new workflow step or another one to review it, peer review with manual eyes, but this will definitely speed up your workflow. Now let's dive in how this can be done with Kontent.ai Agentic CMS. So to configure this, the first step that we are going to do is we're going to change the workflow. You can set up multiple workflows in Kontent.ai. In this case, I have a workflow for the academic resources where also the articles are written to, which now has only a peer review, which what is mentioned is time consuming. So what we're going to do is we're going to rename the peer review into an AI review. And we're going to change this that the AI review cannot go directly to publish, but we will do that in a sec. We're going to add a review rejected step. So when the AI rejects, it needs to go to the rejected step. We make this also a nice error color like red. And we say that the AI review can only go back to AI review. So you cannot publish content that's rejected. It can only be reviewed again. Let's also add a approved step. So review approved, and the approved content can of course go to published state, so that the content that is approved can directly be published. What I said, you can also add another peer review after the approved step if you want to have like a double check with a human pair of eyes. And now I need to check the AI review so that this not can go to published, but it only can go to rejected and approved. Let's confirm, change this, and save this. The second step that we need to do is now create an AI agent to review the content. So I'm going to create a new agent. And let's call this agent AI Content Quality Reviewer for Karma Health articles. We're now going to only use the AI agent for the articles of academic resources, but of course you can do the review for any content that you prefer. Let's copy and paste some guidelines, and let me walk you through the guidelines that I've created. So what it needs to do is it needs to review content based on the type article. It will check for brand name, consistency, voice and tone, clarity, grammar, and required fields. And when it passes all the checks, you move it to approved and add some notes to the notes for automatic review. And if it fails, you do the same, only then move it to rejected, and you add also some notes. I've also added some guidelines, tone of voice, grammar checks, brand name consistency, so you can create as many guidelines that you need. And also here some actions and output. Then we are going to trigger this AI review only based on the workflow step that we have created, the AI review in the academic resources, so that this agent will be triggered on the AI review. I can also say, hey, only for articles, because we don't do this only for articles. As you see, you can also do this for collection or language, but that's for now fine. And now let's see the prompt in action. And we go to content. I have here the smart health tag that we used before. The instructions are empty. And let's move this to the AI review. And now the agent will be triggered. It will work in the background and check the content based on the guidelines I set up, and then move it to approved or rejected. And you will see that in a sec. Okay, we see now that the notes are changed. Let's refresh the notes. It says it filled, it rejected, and it also moved it to the review rejected step. And we see here also the notes as we have saw before. And now, of course, we can change and we can approve the content and publish it. Thanks for listening. If there's any questions or comments, please react below or reach out to me with a PM.